In the enchanting world of wizardry and wonder that is the Harry Potter universe, a new chapter is unfolding with the announcement of HBO's ambitious reboot series, poised to reintroduce the magic to a fresh generation of fans. At the heart of this revival stands Dominic McLaughlin, a young Scottish actor whose casting as the iconic Harry Potter has already sparked waves of excitement and nostalgia across the globe. But what truly elevates this story from mere casting news to a heartfelt tale of mentorship and legacy is the personal gesture from the original boy who lived himself, Daniel Radcliffe. McLaughlin's recent revelation about receiving a handwritten letter from Radcliffe has not only humanized the transition between eras but also underscored the enduring spirit of camaraderie within the Harry Potter family. Picture this: a bustling train journey home to Glasgow, the rhythmic clatter of wheels on tracks providing a mundane backdrop to what would become an extraordinary moment. McLaughlin, fresh from the immersive sets where he's been bringing a new Harry Potter to life, is simply trying to unwind. Then, in a gesture as unassuming as it is profound, his father taps him on the shoulder and hands over an envelope. Inside lies not just ink on paper but a bridge across time, a message from the man who first embodied the scar-headed wizard 2 decades ago. "It was insane," McLaughlin later shared, his voice bubbling with uncontainable joy during an appearance on the lively BBC program Saturday Mashup. "What?" The disbelief hit him like a Patronus charm dispelling a Dementor. As he scanned the lines, his eyes landed on the signature at the bottom, Dan R. The initials alone were enough to send his heart racing, but there he was on a public train, forced to maintain a veneer of composure amid the thrill. "I was going mad but I had to keep cool. I was on the train," he recounted with a laugh, capturing the universal awkwardness of processing monumental news in the most ordinary of settings. This letter, as McLaughlin described it, wasn't some perfunctory note of congratulations. It was a thoughtful, encouraging missive from one Harry to another, laced with the wisdom of someone who knows the weight of the wand all too well. Radcliffe, now 36 and far removed from the child stardom that defined his youth, has long been vocal about the complexities of growing up under the spotlight of one of the biggest franchises in cinematic history. From navigating puberty on screen to forging a career beyond the wizarding world in films like The Woman in Black and stage triumphs such as Equus and Merrily We Roll Along, Radcliffe's journey has been one of reinvention and resilience. In penning this letter, he extended a hand not just as a predecessor, but as a guide, offering insights that only experience can provide. McLaughlin, whose fresh-faced enthusiasm radiates in every interview, beamed as he reflected on the encounter, calling it a pivotal moment that grounded him amid the whirlwind of production. Delving deeper into the production itself, McLaughlin's updates paint a picture of a set alive with creativity and collaboration. "It's going amazing, it's going really well," he enthused, emphasizing the bonds he's formed with his co-stars and crew. Filming for the first season wrapped this summer, a period marked by long hours under the watchful eyes of showrunners who aim to honor J.K. Rowling's sprawling saga while infusing it with contemporary sensibilities. The reboot, helmed by HBO and Warner Bros. Television, promises a faithful yet expansive adaptation, with each season potentially covering one of the 7 books. McLaughlin's Harry is envisioned as a more vulnerable, introspective figure, reflecting the nuanced storytelling that modern audiences crave. Surrounded by a talented ensemble, including Alastair Stout as the loyal Ron Weasley and Arabella Stanton as the brilliant Hermione Granger, the young cast has already forged friendships that mirror the unbreakable trio at Hogwarts' core. These early days on set, filled with spellcasting rehearsals and Quidditch-inspired antics, have not only honed their skills but also instilled a sense of belonging, much like the letter from Radcliffe did on a personal level. Reflecting on Radcliffe's side of the story adds even more emotional depth. Just last month, the original Harry opened up about his feelings toward the new cast during a candid interview. "I just see these pictures of them and the other kids and I just want to hug them," he admitted, his voice tinged with a mix of protectiveness and wistfulness. Staring at promotional images of McLaughlin and his peers, clad in familiar Gryffindor robes against the misty Scottish Highlands, Radcliffe couldn't help but relive his own tender age of entry into this world. "They just seem so young. I just look at them and say, oh, it's crazy I was doing that at that age. But it's also incredibly sweet and I hope they're having a great time." This sentiment isn't mere nostalgia, it's the recognition of the profound impact the role had on his life, the friendships, the pressures, the sheer magic of it all. Radcliffe's letter therefore becomes a talisman of sorts, a reminder that while the spells may change, the heart of Harry Potter remains constant, courage in the face of the unknown. For McLaughlin, a Glasgow native whose acting resume includes stage work and indie projects like The Last Bus, Landing this role feels like destiny scripted by fate's own quill. Growing up, he was, like so many, enchanted by the films, quoting lines from the Philosopher's Stone during playground escapades. Now, stepping into those well-worn shoes, he's determined to infuse the character with his own Scottish grit and humor, perhaps adding a lilt to Harry's banter that echoes the Highlands rather than the London suburbs. The letter from Radcliffe arrived at a crucial juncture, just as doubts might creep in about measuring up to a legend. "My dad tapped me on the train and just gave me this letter," McLaughlin repeated, as if reliving the surprise anew. It was a family moment too, with his father acting as the unwitting messenger, turning a routine commute into folklore. As the series gears up for its anticipated 2026 premiere, whispers from the set suggest innovative twists, deeper dives into Hogwarts lore, diverse casting that broadens the wizarding world's appeal, and visual effects that push the boundaries of broomstick chases and basilisk battles. McLaughlin's enthusiasm is infectious. He speaks of the cast's camaraderie with the warmth of a shared butterbeer. "I've made good friends with everyone, it's great to be there," he said, hinting at late-night script readings and impromptu dance-offs to Muggle pop in between takes. This reboot isn't just recasting icons. It's a reclamation, inviting millennials who grew up with the films to share the wonder with their own children, all while welcoming Gen Z into the fold. Radcliffe's gesture resonates beyond the personal. In an industry often criticized for its cutthroat competition, this letter exemplifies mentorship, a rare gem in Hollywood's crown. It recalls other transitions in franchises, like Mark Hamill's guidance to new Lukes or Hugh Jackman's Wolverine wisdom passed to up-and-comers. For McLaughlin, it's a North Star, guiding him through the Expelliarmus of public scrutiny. As he prepares for the promotional whirlwind ahead, red carpets, fan conventions,